So if you notice, I have this for loop from the last video and this for loop from the other video. And basically, we're just printing everything inside of our, the list, right? And this actually leads into a nice example of a generic method. Now we kind of have a generic method here. We have add with t here, but I actually want to make a method that's just generic. Notice the whole class in this case. We made the class generic. I want to make a single method that is generic that will essentially run this code for me. So I'm going to go here and say static void print, print items, I guess, and it's going to take a list. All right, but here I could say int because I have an int version, or I could say string because I have a string version. Well, I want to just say t. I want a t version that can do both. So now on the name of the method, I have to parameterize one of the argument types and say, hey, we have this generic t. Alright, so I'm going to say items here and then curly curly, and let's just grab this loop, control X, and paste it right there. We still need this int, but now we need to say items, alright, items, and items. And then I don't believe I have to change the code anywhere else. I don't. Okay, it's just the fact that I'm passing a generic list that can take a generic t. And so now I can say, hey, print items, my ints. And then down here, instead of doing this loop, I can say, oops, let's print items, my strings. Okay, execute that. And the same result. Quite nice. I have a generic method here. That worked out quite well. Now I don't have to say list of t. I could say, just print. I don't know. Let's make something better here. Static, or maybe even worse, static void print item. This will be kind of rough. Very contrived example, but print item t item. I mean, how is this better than console write line? It's not, but it shows a generic method that takes a single generic argument type here. All right, and then I can say print item, print a 5, print item, let's do Jamie. Alright, maybe it'd be better, this would be, have more motivation, because if I shorten the name of this method, because, console write line, ugh, boy, you gotta type a lot. The console write line is almost clunky, right? But what if I could just, do P here? So P, I'm gonna rename P kinda to console write line. So now I can just P to print these items here, print, and let's get rid of the rest of this code. I think we're done with it. So P now, to do a simple print, I can just P and run that, and very cool. A little bit more motivating. But anyway, that's a generic method with a generic argument. Not too much more about that. Pretty straightforward, I believe.